He could lower the interest cost by $900 billion a year. Only a
On 17 December, the US Senate made a historic move. By a strong 77 by 20 vote, lawmakers passed the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2026, that is, NDAA. Just 1 week earlier, on December 10, the House of Representatives had already approved the same bill. Now, this 3,100-page defense package is heading straight to President Donald Trump's desk, where it is expected to be signed into law, continuing a 65-year unbroken tradition of passing the NDAA every single year. But what is inside this massive bill, and why is it being called one of the most consequential defense laws in recent history? Let's break it down. The first thing is money. The NDAA 2026 authorizes a record-breaking 900.6 billion, in the round figure $901 billion defense spending. That is about 8 billion more than what the Trump administration originally requested. For service member, 3.8% pay raise for US military personnel, effective from 1st January 2026, with some reports call it nearly a 4% raise. At a time of global instability and rising cost at home, this pay hike is being framed as recognition of military readiness and retention challenges. One of the biggest shifts in the NDAA focuses on how America built and buy weapons. This bill overhauls Pentagon acquisitions and procurement system, pushes faster innovation to stay competitive with China and Russia, restrict US export of critical military technology to China, strengthens the domestic defense industrial base. The message is clear. The US wants faster, cheaper, and a smarter defense production with fewer dependency on rival nations. In this bill, it also highlights the Europe and Ukraine remains a major priority. This bill also allocates $800 million over 2 years for the Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative, prohibits major US troop withdrawal from Europe below 26,000 troops without detailed assessment, authorizes $175 million for the Baltic security initiatives, supporting Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia, supports international efforts to return Ukrainian children abducted during the war. This signals long-term US commitment to NATO allies and Eastern European security. And the other mention in this report is China and its adversaries. The NDAA 2026 takes a hard line on China and the US adversaries. Key provision includes limiting the Pentagon's use of Chinese source equipment, restricting US outbound investments that could benefit military modernization in China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, Venezuela, Cuba, expanding into Indo-Pacific defense initiatives include Taiwan Security Cooperation, AUKUS Submarine Partnership, enhanced support for the Philippines. This bill clearly frames China as the central strategic competitor of the US. And the another is personal and social policy changes. The NDAA also include controversial personal and social policy discussions. Here is the some of the notable points that we put in front of you. Codifies executive orders ending DEI programs at the Pentagon. Bars transgender women from women's athlete program at military academy. Exclude provision for TRICARE coverage of IVF and fertility treatment. Improve military barricade, house allowances, child care support for service families. Supporters say these changes focuses on readiness. Critics argue they politicize military policy. Some lesser known but significant items also include like Repeal of the 1991 and 2002 authorization for US use of military force AUMFS against Iraq. Repeal of seizure sanction on Syria. Partial withholding of Defense Secretary P.T. Hexet's travel budget until Congress receives unedited video of certain Venezuelan drugs trafficking boat strike. New rules for military flight operation near Reagan National Airport, sparking safety concerns. Major funding for shipbuilding, including Virginia-class submarines and military construction project. At its core, the NDA 2026 is great power competitions, especially with China, a stronger alliance in Europe and the Indo-Pacific, faster military modernization, and selective alignment with the administration's social policies. It is not just a budget, it's a strategic roadmap. And these are the big picture. What does NDAA really means? Here, I have some question for you. Do you think 920, 901 billion in defense spending is justified or it is too much? And the most importantly, does this NDAA makes the world safer or just more militarized? Just comment in the section and tell me what you think on it.